Well, what would you kind of just make of the general finish of that game? Have you been a part of anything like that before?
Yeah, I've been a few of those. You just never know how a game's going to turn out. You just keep playing. I was actually at Nevada in 2010. We did the same thing to them in double overtime when down there. So I've been at both ends of that with them. So that was nice. But we've done it. We did it in the bowl game. We were behind Oregon State last year. I think our guys do a good job of just playing and going to the end. And I didn't see any panic on the sidelines, and it turned out for us.
Defensively, you guys were pretty opportunistic with the turnovers and the defensive touchdowns. How would you kind of grade the defense as a whole on Saturday?
Well, we got to get better. We were opportunistic. We made some big hits there. Frankie Louvu had a big game. Peyton came up with a big play there with the interception. But there's still some stuff we got to work on to get where we want to get. But obviously, two touchdowns is a good thing for a defense.
Peyton being able to kind of read that play, do you think a younger player with less experience makes that kind of play, or is that something that you usually get from a veteran guy like Peyton?
Well, yeah, I think he's in the right place right there, and luckily their quarterback tried to make a play that he shouldn't have, and we were there to take advantage of it. And I think hopefully a lot of our guys have been there, but certainly he's played enough football that he knew where to be, and he was able to finish that play.
Isaac kind of was the not talked about hero on Saturday, and he still had a big game. Talk about his performance and maybe what you saw on film with Isaac.
Well, Isaac's just one of those guys. He doesn't go out and try to get a bunch of accolades. Not a real flashy guy, but when you put those two guys together, Pelluer and Dotson, they had 24 or 25 tackles together, a touchdown. I mean, there was a lot of production from those two players in our defense, and that's what we got to have from those linebackers. And I just think he gets better every time he goes out there. He's still, I think he's into his 13th game as a linebacker now, as a football player, as a senior. So he's still learning, and he's doing a good job, and he's a very tough guy. So I'm hoping we have good stuff the rest of the year from him.
Technique-wise, what do you want to see from Pelluer and Dotson with OSU bringing in a run-oriented offense?
Right, we're just working on our techniques. We got to tackle. I think Isaac had a missed tackle in the game. Peyton had two. So we could have had a big production night. And we're always looking for improvement at all, just the special things, and they're not finished products by any means. So we're just trying to get better every game.
You mentioned the other Boise State game you were part of in Nevada. How would you kind of compare and contrast those two games, the finish of the rush in the field and everything?
Well, we were down. I think 24-3 at halftime of that game down in Reno, so we were farther behind. I don't think this game, it kind of got ahead of us there just in the end of the third, early in the fourth quarter. It would have been easy for our guys to worry about the clock and what was on the scoreboard and everything, and they didn't do that. So I was really proud of them on the sidelines. I've never been on a sideline where you're down like that and bad stuff's happening, where the guys never lost faith. Isaac Dotson, Nick Bader, a bunch of guys, Keith Harrington, that were just keeping the sidelines up and just saying, make the next play, and boom, all of a sudden you're tied and you get it to overtime. And there's still adversity in the overtime, but they just played until we just kept saying, hey, just play till you win the game. We'll be here all night, just keep playing, and they did.
You're high on Jihad. It seemed like he had a productive day, special teams wise. He delivered a pretty big hit during that Boise game. Talk about just where his head's at and what his role is.
Yeah, he's getting more and more play all the time. That was a tough game right there, because we were in a situation where I didn't really feel comfortable putting young guys in at any time. I think it was 10-10 at halftime maybe. It was a close game, and you always want to go with your good, your older guys in those situations. But he's doing great on special teams. He played a lot in the first game. Dylan Sherman, had the big, humongous fumble recovery. So he's getting more play on special teams. So I think as we can work those guys more into the defense, right now they're helping us on special teams, but I'd like to work them more into the defense as we get going.
Ryan Nall was kind of the bruiser in the backfield. He gave you guys some trouble last year. What do you have to do differently to kind of stop the rushing attack, and especially him this weekend?
Yeah, you can't let him go. Can't let him go downhill. You got to make him. You got to stop and make him go sideways. Downhill, he's big and he's very fast. So you got to make him not go where he wants to go to really stop. And then you got to tackle well, and you got to get more than one guy on the tackle. That's good.